Hi, how you doing? My name is Brendan, and I'm just here to talk to you today about why we here at Anti-Poverty Network and myself are very excited to be currently in the process of organizing the Trek for Jobs and Justice from Port Adelaide to the city. It's a long march, but basically what we're trying to do is build momentum, build support, build a network of sort of constant activity around trying to protect people from the austerity agenda, I guess you might call it, or being pushed into extreme poverty and immiseration by the fact that the only solution that our political class seems to be able to imagine for the continuing global effects of the global recession on the Australian economy is to blame the most vulnerable and contract the welfare system, which is already very low in terms of OECD averages and that kind of thing in a lot of ways, and is already far below the poverty line. We want to make it a living, we want to make it possible for people to be able to basically live their lives and participate in society, even if they are locked out of the job market due to simply the fact that there are not enough jobs to go around, which is simply a structural fact, or because of illness, or because of commitments as carers, etc. On the march we're going to be stopping off at a couple of places. We're going to be stopping off at the Coca-Cola factory to highlight, as everyone knows, the unemployment crisis in South Australia is not something that's going away. Manufacturing jobs are disappearing, we want to be a force in civil society for continuing to develop a politics that tackles that, and also a network that supports people who are going through this crisis in a very real way. We're also going to be stopping at job prospects, because really the job agencies represent everything that we're opposed to. They are nothing less than parasitical entities that exist in a framework where they are rewarded for just putting people through the ringer, having to go to endless appointments, courses that are utterly meaningless. There's a whole other rip-off industry out there of sort of fake training basically, Cert 3 in really absolutely nothing, and employers don't respect them because they're just so many dodgy RTOs out there. So and then people being penalized and having to deal with the dual bureaucracy of Centrelink and the job agencies. And the job agencies are there to if you get some help through them, it's more or less the exception to the rule. And you manage to get yourself a job, they're gonna more or less take the credit for that. Or you put yourself through this training and they get paid a bonus for it, or this kind of thing. And we just think it's like $1 billion black hole. So that's one thing that we'll be doing. We'll be standing up to that, and we just need to sort of bring people together to change the direction of the current ideologically driven stigmatizing attacks on vulnerable people, on the working class, on people who are struggling, and just trying to make ends meet. It's widely recognized, for instance, that Newstart is simply inadequate as a payment to do what it's supposed to do, because if you're on it long enough, it just is, you're not able to remain competitive in the job market. You're going to fall from wherever you were into a lower category of employment. Like that's what it's designed to do, and I suppose that suits the fact that we're now in an economy where basically all the new jobs that are being created are casualized. So it's a small thing in a way, the trek, but it's also a big thing because these very fundamental issues are not ones that are being addressed with enough focus, and we're not building enough strength around these issues. So that's what we hope to do, and I hope to see you there because it's going to be a great occasion. There's going to be I hope some bonds of solidarity forged between different groups and individuals. That's it from me. Thanks a lot.